Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 13th episode of the Super Royals Cricket Roundup, hosted by our very own Super Royals. And we are here to cover what a week of cricket it has been for sports and majorly for Indian sports with that historic victory at Lords. And we got some awesome members of the Super Royals community to discuss about what happened in London just the other day. And we got Vinay, Shiv, Upayan, and Dinesh, few of the regular members of the Super Royals community here, and it is certainly going to be a great show. So hope everyone is doing well over here.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, especially after the win.
Yeah, exactly. And what a way it was to win that test match on day 5. And we'll start off this show by discussing about that. But just to make it a little bit interesting, I want to know all of your thoughts by describing the historic win at Lords with just one word. So starting off with Vinay, describe India's win with just one word.
I think for me, courageous around the whole will to win on that last day. So courageous for me, a true fight from India.
Definitely courageous. What about you, Shiv?
Honestly, the first thing that came to my mind, especially in that last session, was just about how spirited they were. Just the Indian 11. And I'd probably go with the word spirited because I feel like, just the way they turn things around and not just one or two members of their 11, everyone sort of stuck together and did it as a unit. So definitely a very spirited team there.
Perfect use of word. What about you, Upayan?
I think one action sums it up perfectly. I think Siraj sums it up really well for us. There's been a lot of noise from every side of the world about our performance, about our attitude, about our team selection, and I think all our 11 players and probably the management as well managed to do this to the entire world.
Definitely, and that has been the talk of the day, ironically. What about you, Dinesh? Sum it up in just one word.
So, almost similar to Upayan's. It's just give it back. Just give it back in style.
Definitely give it back. And that has been the formula under Virat Kohli's captaincy. And we'll be talking about Virat Kohli, the man himself, later down the show. So, but let us talk about the skipper at the other end. And it is certainly, he's actually batting in the form of his life, to be honest, with the way he's scoring in this year. Joe Root's masterclass was seen evidently in the Lord's Test as well, scoring that brilliant 180 in the first innings. But Shiv, I want to ask you this question. Do you think that England are overly dependent on Joe Root to perform, and if he fails like he did in the second innings, England would just collapse out of nowhere? So what are your thoughts on England's over dependency on Joe Root?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think even if you look at 2021 as a year, if I remember right, I think Joe Root started off really well with that double hundred and got another double hundred, I think, against India as well later on this year. So, I mean, he has been in many ways, running with the form of his life. He had a bit of a dip in between, but he sort of came back with the series. So I think it's only fair that they kind of depend, the rest of the unit sort of depended on him, or probably continue to depend on him for this series, especially. Also considering how there is a relative inexperience in the squad at the moment. So, and not to really draw any kind of comparisons, but in some ways it did kind of remind me of some of the purple patches Alistair Cook used to have at one point when he was playing, and how while he had support from some of the other members of the batting unit, on many occasions it did look like the rest of the batting team and the batting unit as well as the team itself was reliant on him and his success to sort of take them forward. So, I mean, it's only fair that they, at least for this series, with the number of uncertainties that has sort of afflicted the team, that they depend on him for a bit. Yeah.
Definitely. And speaking about purple patches, there has been a good kind of a trend for Team India, and it has certainly been evident in the way our tail was wagging. So it is really a very unfamiliar sight when we talk about India's tail and them not wagging, especially in overseas condition. But Dinesh, talk us through about what happened on day 5 with that partnership between Shami and Bumrah. I mean, it was certainly looking like a prime Gary Sobers batting when both of them were just hitting the ball out of every possible occasion. So just talk us through about India's tail's contribution so far in the series.
this is never new for Indian batsmen to wag its tail when it comes to England, because back in 2002, I've seen Ajit Agarkar hitting a century. And back in 2007, I've seen Anil Kumble hitting a century. And in 2014, Mohammad Shami and Bhuvanesh Kumar scored 111 runs for the last wicket. But what happened was, after that, it took around 6 or 7 years for some remarkable innings to happen, so that we need to brag about that. So what happened was, the tail was in such an impression previously that a tail is expected just to slog at everything, to go big, to go bizarre at everything. So that was the impression that was there in the mind. And even if you saw the early batting of Bumrah and Shami yesterday, they were just going for some slogs and they were getting hit. So those hits, I think, were so much critical, because that was when these two batsmen had put up back foot and they started defending and they started sensibly. So tail wagging is something that is indicating that the Indian team is going in the right direction. So it's a good sign for India, be it 2002 or be it 2007 or be it 2014. We have got back to the right way, and that too, particularly in England, that's a very good sign.
Definitely, and it is certainly looking like the team is going in that right direction, especially with the way we won at Lord's. So it is really difficult to find out negative aspects of that match. But when we look at the scorecard, even the highly critical part of our batting order has been number 3, 4, and 5. And number 3 and 5 indeed stepped up in the first innings, in the second innings for that matter, when they scored really a huge partnership to get India to a safe position. But the position of number 4, I mean, I know that we are awaiting his final arrival of that 71st century to come over for over 2 years now, but it is really looking like not good signs for Team India in terms of hoping for Virat Kohli to push to that next gear. So Upayan, I want to know your thoughts on Virat Kohli's form. Do you think that it is a cause for concern, especially knowing that we are indeed in the lack of runs, especially from that middle order?
Well, the middle order has certainly proved they can get back to runs with this test at least. I mean, almost everyone scored above 40 in either of the innings. So the middle order can still be trusted with carrying out the responsibility. Regarding Virat Kohli, for some reason after the World Test Championship, it looked like he was lacking that kind of hunger, that he used to have earlier. Even if he would block a delivery, he would just stare at the bowler. But now, he always kind of acts shocked after every dismissal or so. But in the last two sessions that he captained India, he could actually see the hunger back. He was shushing the opposition. He was chirping constantly. That is something which we as fans, we've grown up seeing him, and that is something which seeing him back again, I think that is that is commendable, because Virat Kohli, the hunger is there, the class is there, the technique is there. Maybe his timings were not really. I mean, he seemed a bit unlucky with his shots, with his shot selection, or with his facing the delivery of the bowler. But I think it's time now. I think you can expect a ton in the leads. I guess the wait for the 71st will probably come to an end.
Hopefully that happens. I mean, that would be such a sight to watch. Virat Kohli scoring a ton, especially at Leeds. But it is still a long way down the road now, 9 days gap. But in this all hype, amidst all the hype of India versus England series, we are forgetting that we are still building up to the resumption of IPL, and we are wearing our famous Rajasthan Royals jersey, and we are waiting to see our boys in action. So the build up for the IPL is indeed on, but we are facing a lack of players, and we are indeed in that position to sign those replacement players. So Vinay, I want to know your thoughts about who could we possibly sign for someone like Josh Butler, Stokes, and even Jofra Archer for that matter, because the replacement window is just around the corner and we need to name our players just in the next week time or so. So who are your probable selections for the same?
Yeah. So I think it all depends on the international availability. But what's good is that I think the Australian players have been cleared, New Zealand, I think some of England might be. But a couple of names, one of the names that I'd like to see potentially is Devon Conway, looking at how he's been batting for Southern Brave in the 100 competition. I think that will kind of tighten up the batting lineup for us at the Royals to complement Livingston, etc. So one of the players for me is Devon Conway.
Devon Conway, that's a great name, to be honest, and we would hope to see him continuing that that form he had against India and even England if he plays for Rajasthan Royals just in a couple of weeks' time. But as we are closing down to the ending of the show, so it is time for our prediction for the next big game, which is just around the corner, the Leeds Test match. So I want to know each and everyone's thoughts about your predictions on who is going to be the victorious side or even a draw for that matter. So let's start with Upayan. So what do you think is going to happen at Leeds?
Well, obviously, heart says it's an Indian victory because given the form that we are in right now, it would be impossible to see any other result. But England at home with James Anderson, who's been shown that Lord's is clearly not his backyard. I think he would want to make Leeds his backyard for sure. So you never know what Joe Root and James Anderson can spring up upon you. I don't know whether they will be making any changes because they certainly need to make a few in their top order. So here's hoping that India does make another victory.
Yes, and heart will always say India, no matter what mind says. So Shiv, do you think even you are listening to your heart, or do you feel that England might just bring back into this series?
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm just going to, for the sake of it, look at it on a sort of a statistics-based, approach. Where I think the last time there was a Test match hosted by Leeds, it was 2 years ago, and it was Australia and England ended up winning it as well. Can't remember exactly how, but and the last time India played a Test match at Leeds was 19 years ago, and we won that. And I remember that really well because my favorite cricketer was the man of the match in that series. It was, in that game, Rahul Dravid with his 148, and India ended up winning it by I think an innings and a couple of runs. So I mean, obviously this was 19 years ago and can't really go with just stats, but I think India still has a way to go with maintaining their momentum, and I'd love to see if they can finally bring in, especially after the win that they've got right now, if they can finally bring in someone like an Ashwin, because I was among some of the fans who wasn't very happy about not seeing him in the squad in the 11 for the last game. So I'd probably love to see someone like him coming back in, but yeah, I would be quite surprised if England pull something off, especially in the next Test match.
Definitely. And let's just remind you about the fact the game we were speaking about, Australia versus England. Our very own Ben Stokes was the star of that game when he pulled off a miraculous chase in the fourth innings to get England to the victory. And hopefully that happens for India as well when we go into this Test match. So Dinesh, do you agree with your fellow colleagues, India to win?
Yeah, as an Indian fan, I would like to see it. But having said that, England would also allow to bounce back stronger. Had it been a customary strong England side, I would have told you that England would be winning next match because they would be coming strong at their backyard. But having said, their team doesn't look so organized at this point of time. Be it their batting or be it their bowling, they're just on and off. Ollie Robinson and Anderson on and off, picking wickets, and other bowlers not rising up to the occasion. So having said that, they'll actually fight back strong to get a victory. But I don't think that would be enough to get a victory. Then I see it's a potential draw game since the fire would be from both the sides. So it's really hard to have a balance between them. And also, even in this game, if you see, it's just a matter of 8 or 9 overs that had actually made a difference. Had it been nine more overs that England had batted, it would have been a draw game as well. So it's just a potential draw game that I'm seeing in the next game.
Potential draw game. So we got 2 India and 1 draw. So winner, it's down to you. Your prediction could decide the fate of the game for that matter. So all yours, man.
Yeah, look, I think for me, the momentum is with India. So I'm going for an India win. I think they have shown so much courageous will to win for this match. They're going to carry it into the Leeds match. And look, England's top batting order is exposed, and India know how to handle that quite well. Unless there's some real kind of changes in that Test side for England, it's going to be India, I think, within 4 days for me. I'm going for a very kind of a big win for India.
Definitely, and even I would agree with most of you. I feel that India are just too overpowered for England at this moment, and I do believe that the 9 days break will definitely help our bowlers as much as theirs. But because we have seen our bowlers bowling those 80-90 overs, and they will certainly, the break has indeed come in at the right time. So even I'm going in for an India victory, and I agree with Upayan. I believe that Virat Kohli will indeed score his 71st in the next game. So fingers crossed for that. Gentlemen, it has been a wonderful show and loved hearing your thoughts as always. And it was indeed buzzing at Lords, and it was also buzzing here at the show as well. So hoping to see that similar kind of intensity when the Royals come back wearing the famous pink jersey in a couple of weeks' time when the IPL resumes. So we'll be there wherever where we are, just to support the Rajasthan Royals team, no matter which position we are, because we are the loyal Royals as they call it, and we will be there for it. So we also launched our YouTube channel. It is called as Royals Fan TV. So make sure you subscribe to us and follow us on social media platform. We are Super Royals, and we will be loved to get support from you. So thank you everyone. Thank you Shiv, Upay and Dinesh, Vinay for joining us, and hoping to see a great game of cricket when India take on England at Leeds.